Renee, Chris, and Ryan going live. Best podcast, Beauty and the Beast. Sit back and catch a vibe. Oh yeah, we talking zombies and apocalypses and all those things you like. Going beast mode, and if you didn't know, it's Peter Z up on the mic. Whoa, hey, TWD family, grab the snacks about the pantry and subscribe and like if you can, please. Or those walkers eat you like some candy. Hey, okay. You at the right place at the right time. No one does it better, that's the bottom line. Beauty and the Beast, this is prime time. Let's go.
And we're live?
We are.
Ish.
Ish.
So welcome to episode 199. And we are looking back at the first season of The Walking Dead, and we are currently on episode 4, Vatos.
Vatos.
Where a lot of stuff happens.
Vatos, mi amigos.
Vatos. Jim's a digging.
Yeah.
Merle's got his smash burger going.
Amy and Andrea are fishing.
Which, by the way,
Yeah,
that whole scene, in my opinion, completely pointless.
What, the boat?
Yeah.
I think it's just to kind of show like how that connection they have now, so that
Not that it
the
matters.
enemies were impacted. Well, that's what I'm saying. I think that's what it is. So you have because right at this point we don't know who really. I mean, like Andrea, we're all like she's a pain in the butt. Amy, we don't really know much about her, so this gave it a little bit of gave us some emotion to tie to them.
I'd like to know where that lake is because it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, it was a quarry in Georgia.
Quarry, yeah.
I'm sure that it's not,
Yeah.
no, it's not there anymore. It's whatever. They turned it to
You think they
Atlanta got it and did something with it.
really? That sucks.
Yeah.
Because when they panned away, the water is turquoise.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I don't know.
where the fuck is that in Atlanta?
I was.
Renee, Google it.
I am. I read it just.
We know
I
who
didn't put it
Renee
in my
is. We
notes,
know what
though.
she's doing.
When my eyes start darting to the side, I'm looking something up.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
And now I can't.
So yeah, we can't find Merle. He's not on the rooftop anymore. And we see that he has cauterized the wound
Mhm.
after hacking his
So
hand
that
off.
Daryl wraps it up, puts it in Glenn's backpack.
Yeah, what the fuck? Like,
it might be the last thing he ever has of his brother. I don't know.
But what concerns me here, and I feel like Chris and I could speak on this because we worked in hospitals. Even with today's technology, it is difficult, to say the least, to surgically reattach a limb, an extremity that has been cut off.
I don't think he was going to think it was a hook. I didn't think that it was his last thing to his brother.
I know.
well, it's Daryl. I think Daryl thought he could save it.
My point being is that what's the point?
He's Daryl. He wears ears on his neck, too. He made a necklace out of ears. I don't think there's any rational reason for anything Daryl Dixon
Now,
does.
personally, what I would have done, I would have let the hand set into rigor mortis and then bent the fingers down like this.
See, that's something Daryl will. Yeah, that is definitely that's more of a Norman
And
thing.
then put a string through it and gave it to Merle to wear.
God.
You know what I would have done is I would have waited. I would have made sure the fingers stayed like this. And I just
Oh,
wore it on
got
my-
him.
oh, this is how many fucks I give. You know what I mean?
Oh. But literally, everyone watching, you just got him. Like, you got everybody.
Everybody.
Everybody
Got him.
got him.
Got
Got him.
him. Yeah, like it's so yeah, Merle is gone. They don't know where.
Let's point out that Daryl was one of the people who judged the governor for having heads in tanks, but this motherfucker stole his brother's hand. Just saying.
He didn't steal it. It was there just for the
Yeah,
taking.
it's not like he-
Claimed.
and it's not like some random dude's hand. It's his brother's.
Tainted meat.
Yeah, yeah, Rob. You ate tainted meat.
Spoilers.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, Merle's alive, and apparently, maybe everyone assumes he stole their van. I guess that's a broad assumption. And then back in camp, Jim's digging holes,
Losing his ever-loving mind.
losing his goddamn mind. He's another
101 degrees out.
Yeah.
Not drinking. He's digging and digging.
Can we appreciate that before when we were talking about this off camera? That Chris and I are like, ew, what a fucking weirdo digging holes in the sun. And Renee's like, well, he's just digging holes, you know? It's no big deal. I mean, you know, it's a normal recreational activity. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So note to self, if ever caught in an apocalypse for Renee, she's just digging holes for fun.
Yeah.
Just for fun.
Yeah. Just for recreation, you know?
Yeah. She's body count. She's trying to figure out how many
If you see Renee standing over a hole with a shovel and she's going, carry the line.
We all do know, though, she will not be dying of thirst because she'll have a beverage for sure.
For sure.
Probably a margarita.
Most likely. I'll get that in the apocalypse and I'll figure it out.
Hey, it's one of these places that you know is not going to be frequented, and you just got to go. You got a chance to just go.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, they always say, like, even two things that you'll always, no matter how bad your situation is, it's always like alcohol is one of them, where no matter how poor you are or whatever the situation is, alcohol will always be in need. And I guess healthcare would be the other one.
Yep.
That's why, like, in the Old West, the first thing they built when they tried to settle somewhere, they built the bar.
That's it. That's it, man. Where's the canteen?
Yeah. So that's how it is, yeah. But yeah, Dale's concerned. Dale's very concerned about Jim, takes him back to the camp. Of course, Shane has to be Shane and march up the hill with the whole everybody following him.
Oh, I know. It's just like, it's so dysfunctional, you know. Everything needs to be done with a group of people. The whole.
It's like Shane just can't go by himself. He's bringing the kids and everybody.
Audience. That's what it is.
Yes, that's it. Yes.
And I mean, I guess he's accusing. You know, there's a big argument. He's accusing Shane of what he did to Ed, and in my opinion, he was thinking that Ed was going to probably die from him having his face beat in.
Rearranged.
So he figured, you know what? Shit's going downhill here. I might as well start digging holes for everybody.
Get ahead of the situation.
Which again, in my opinion, is not a rational thought.
Well, he said he dreamed. He said something about I had a dream, but I don't remember what it was about. I think after Shane gets him calmed down, he says something to that effect. I can't remember the exact word. Yeah. But he says something like, I had a dream that's what I was supposed to be doing, but I don't know why. Or something.
I think he said that to Shane when Shane was giving him water.
Yeah, when they're getting water. Because he kind of calmed down at that point. Yeah. I think it was them. But yeah, he does accuse Shane. Well, nothing that he said to Shane really, I don't think anything he said wasn't true. He told him to keep his mind. You know, he needed to stay out of everybody else's business. He needed to, you're going to do the same thing you did to me that you did to Healthy. And talking about staying out of Rick and Lori's marriage. I mean, I don't know that anything he said wasn't true.
I mean, I would disagree with the part where he used Ed and Carol's situation to say stay out of business. Like he specifically
I don't think he said that.
Huh?
No, I think he was meaning Lori and
no, because he specifically said, look at he did to Ed, and something along the lines of like immediately after he talked about what Shane did to Ed. He says that we should stay out of people's business, or that was none of our business.
Okay, I guess he said something about the marriage, and I thought that he was talking about Lori and Rick. But yeah, that could be what he was meaning. But
unless I'm remembering it wrong, but I don't know.
No, it could be. I could have just misinterpreted that. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I mean, regardless, a lot of what he said was true. Though we'll say that.
Absolutely.
So if that's what he was saying, then no, that was not. Yeah.
Okay.
Someone had to intervene, but so him and Shane I think they kind of wrestle around a little bit. And Shane handcuffs him and puts him up against a tree, gets some water, tries to calm him down, and
when someone crosses you.
Yeah, he starts apologizing to the kids. Sorry if I scared you, whatever.
He was hurting his wife.
Yeah.
That is their marriage.
And
So real quick, I had the episode already queued up, and I pulled it up real quick, and so Shane was like, "That was different," talking about, he goes, "Look what he did to Ed's face," and Shane goes, "That was different." Amy said, "You weren't there. Ed was out of control. He was hurting Carol," and he then says something along the lines of, "That's their marriage."
Okay.
And
You weren't there.
what
Ed
he
was
says
out of
is,
control. He was hurting his wife.
You're not the judge and jury or something like that.
that is
Yeah,
their
there's
marriage.
something like
That is
that.
not his.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's
So
not,
yeah, that
he's
was
not
my
judge and jury. Who voted you king boss is what he says.
Yeah.
That he
Yeah.
says that. Yeah.
But
So,
otherwise,
yeah, I took-
98% I agree with.
Yeah, but the rest of it, yeah, exactly. And one other thing, while Shane is calming Jim down, we learn a little bit about, like, we knew, like, his family. I think, well, maybe we didn't even know it till now. I don't remember. But he talks about his family, and he cries about losing them, saying that the only way he escaped was because the walkers were devouring his family.
Yeah.
And that was like just a kind of a personal thing. We don't always hear some of that. Like once in a while, they'll throw a tidbit in like that. So that was interesting, and we could see where he kind of harbors a lot of guilt that he survived and they didn't. So.
It could definitely explain a lot of how it affected his psyche.
Oh,
and
yeah.
why he is the way he is right now.
Yeah, he's because I don't know how long ago that was, but probably not that long ago.
Yeah.
So
because at that point the outbreak hadn't been that long, right? No. I mean,
yeah. Well, back in Hotlanta.
Yep.
Hotlanta.
They're trying to get guns.
Yeah, they're trying to get back Rick's bag, right?
Yep.
Bag of guns.
And that's what.
No, I'm saying they during that they come across a group of Vatos.
Yeah.
Vatos.
A group of men.
Yeah. One thing I like about this episode is when Glenn is explaining everybody the plan. So because Glenn's the one that goes in and out of Atlanta by himself, and he so he knows where to go, what to do. So he makes his plan, and they question him and say, well, why wouldn't you do this? He's like, if I get stuck here, I have to go this way, I gotta do this, and they got people on whatever. And Daryl says, what did you do before this? And he's like, I was a pizza delivery guy. Like Daryl's expecting him to be some kind of analytical brainy or something like that.
Some mastermind.
Like, yeah, I delivered pizzas. But he knows how to formulate a plan.
Can't knock it. I mean, I delivered pizzas. I could tell you how to get in and out of every road in my area. Like, no problem.
Exactly.
Like, stuck in traffic, go this way. The back road will bring you over there.
Yeah. Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. But yes, then that's when because as Glenn's trying to get the guns, this new group is also trying to get the guns. And they make off with the guns and Glenn, and then Miguel ends up staying. He gets pulled a whack by Daryl and Rick. And so now we've got the two groups with one of each of their people.
They do got. I mean, obviously, the comedic aspect of the kidnapping is that before they get Glenn, Daryl fires an arrow into Felipe's ass.
Yeah.
In the cheek.
Yeah, that's right.
I think you mean Hector from Fast and Furious.
Yeah, well, Hector, yeah, I know.
Well, he's Hector and everything else, but he's Felipe in Walking Dead. But yes, he is Hector in like almost every other role.
Yeah.
I remember when I first watched Walking Dead, and they said his name was Felipe. I was like, no, it's not. It's Hector.
It's not. It's Hector. But yes, he does get that nice arrow to his cheek. So
it was funny later on in the episode seeing him walk around, and he was like limping, and he had like the bandages like on his ass. It's just really funny.
Yeah. And so then they're trying to figure out where these guys are from, talking to Miguel, trying to figure it out, and Daryl starts pulling tough guy on him and pulls Merle's hand out. See, the last guy I did it pissed me off. This is what I did to him. And he's like freaking out because he's got his hand, So they finally get out of Miguel where they're supposed to go, and they meet the group, and Guillermo is pulling his all tough guy stuff. But we find out they're not quite so tough guys. They got kind of a soft, squishy center because they're doing good work.
Is there? I mean, do you know why they never went back to like see if the community was still going?
I've got a talking point. I've got a talking point. There was a deleted scene in season 2.
Oh, okay.
Do we say it now? So yes, there is. Yeah. Actually, I remember I did a podcast for Undead Walking with a group of people, and we talked about this episode and the the deleted scene. But so there's a deleted scene from season 2, episode 1, and they're haven't made it to the farm yet or anything like that. And they went to check on them, and everybody's dead. And like there's walkers, there's bodies, there's it's just a mess. And Andrea gets all hoity-toity and starts saying some things, and Daryl's like, what? So her and Daryl have this altercation where she tries to tell Daryl he's not very observant and doesn't pay attention. Then Daryl proceeds to tell the whole group that if you look at all these, the people, the Vatos and the elderly were shot in the head. They weren't, this wasn't, walkers didn't attack them. These were people that came in, attacked them, killed them, took all the supplies, and left them all. And so it's a fun altercation between Daryl and Andrea because he kind of puts her in her place. But I'll put the link to the deleted scene in our show notes.
Oh, that'd be cool.
So people, if you haven't,
that'd be great.
It's sad that it's not a very long episode, probably 3 or 4 minutes, but it's just interesting that they omitted it, because it would have been really good for everybody to know that. Right. So anyway, so that's because people, I don't know whoever discovered that, but somehow I don't know, AMC must have put out the deleted scene then, and so it was interesting.
I don't want to say say it this way, but it would have been like a nice little like closure to that, because like that I remember the first time watching it, and even watching it back now, that's kind of the first thought I had was like, if there was a group that I wanted to like survive, it was them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it just like, especially when you talk to I forgot what the leader, what his name is. Guillermo. When Rick talks to Guillermo after he realizes that this is like a senior citizens home, and he pulls him to the side, and he talks about, well, I'm the custodian, and Felipe is a special aid nurse. Yeah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's like we're the only two that stayed. Everybody else left these people here to fend for themselves, and you really just want them to win. You just want them to to make it. You know what I mean? Because he talks about all these tough guys from the neighborhood and stuff coming to visit their families and things, and then they just hung around and they needed that muscle to make them look like to Rick and them like, hey, we're a bunch of tough guys here. We're not gonna tell you what's going behind the curtain, but they needed that front to keep everybody safe, because that's hard, So it was a group that you wish could have survived, but sadly that was not the case. But at least the scene's out there to get some, like you said, some closure to it, so that we know what did happen to them, even though it's really sad. Yeah, absolutely.
But there's some funny
in the head, huh?
Yeah. So So but the funny, like when they first meet, they come. Well, I think they leave, then they come back, and
there's another standoff. You got T-Dog on the rooftop.
Yeah,
and then
they got Glenn up there. They're gonna throw him over and all this. But anyway, then they leave. They come back and they go inside, and that's when Felipe's grandma comes out, and that's when they start like, wait a minute, this isn't what's going on, and she's yelling at Rick because he's still in his deputy uniform. She's like, why are you coming to take my grandson? He's a good boy. And he's like, ma'am, I'm not trying to do this. I'm looking for my friend. And she's like, oh, the Asian boy, come on. And she takes Rick back in, and that's when they all start seeing all this like whatever. And those man-eating dogs he tells them about are the little chihuahuas sitting on a pillow.
That was so funny.
So it was humorous, but it was very,
especially the way Guillermo explains it. He's like, I got him on sale from hell or whatever.
He said I got him on a yard sale from Satan.
From Satan, yeah.
These little chihuahua guys. But so it's it's a very interesting side story.
Yeah, I mean, now that you said that they were all shot in the head, I mean, it's like I wonder what group. I don't know. Now you got.
Speculation about that is it's Dawn Lerner and her crew from Grady.
Really?
That's total speculation. There's that's not canon. That's just
but that does make sense.
It makes so much sense.
They had medical supplies. They had a bunch of stuff there.
They needed the supplies, and that's Dawn and her crew. That's their MO. So it very well could have been.
Okay.
So, I'm saying it's her. She's dead. She can't defend herself. That's it.
Well, yeah, that, and it's like you said though. I think that makes even like sense as far as location wise, proximity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they were always driving around. They could have spotted one of them and
figured something out. Yeah. So.
Okay. Damn.
That's crazy.
Blowing Chris's mind all over the place today.
Yeah, but I never knew that an episode existed, even though it was scrapped. But I mean, 4 or 5 minute piece, like it's stuff like that. It's like, are you telling me you couldn't fit that in somewhere? You need a commercial break.
I'll make you a deal. Cut out Andrea and Amy in the fucking reservoir and give us a scene with the fucking Vatos.
Ryan,
is it grinding? Season 2.
Ryan, is it
I don't care. Make it happen faster.
Hey, Ryan. Yeah, but Chris has a good question for you, Ryan. What's grinding your guts?
What's grinding your guts, Ryan?
I don't want to talk about it. I'm good. Continue.
It was just for the scenery, man, because I thought it was beautiful.
They got the fish. Everybody got to eat fried fish that night.
They could have shown up with the fish, and there would have had been no backstory. We knew the reservoir was there.
Okay.
And why didn't Shane say, "Come on, Carl, let's go gut some fish. I'll show you how to do it"?
Because maybe he didn't know how. Maybe he just knew how to do frogs.
No, he said, "Who wants to clean fish?" He said, "Who's going to clean fish?" Yeah.
Oh, he did. Okay.
It was a perfect learning opportunity for Carl.
Yes, it was.
Because he doesn't care about Carl.
Because he did exactly right there. That proves it. Because Rick was back, he didn't need to show Lori. Ryan is just on it, man. But real quick, circle back to the quarry. It is the city of Atlanta actually made it into a park with a lake.
Oh, so you can go there.
You can go there, yes, but it just
cool.
West Side River. I can't read. West Side Reservoir Park, Johnson Road, Northwest Atlanta, Georgia. So yeah, looks like a little wooded area and stuff.
Next time we're all in Georgia together, we should go there.
Well, if that ever happens.
Only if I can take you, put you in a canoe, and stick you in the middle of it.
Although no, but here's what we have to do.
And I'm gonna video this.
We have to recreate the scene from Pirates of the Caribbean where the two guys are in the rowboat and they have like it's the two male pirates and they're wearing the dresses and they have like the umbrella.
The umbrella. little umbrella.
Yep, that's what you gotta do. All right, it's happening now. We just gotta get all 3 of us in Atlanta at the same time.
Exactly.
That's it.
Okay.
Damn it.
All right, back to the episode that we're on. Vatos.
Yes.
We got Glenn back.
We made our way in. We're having conversations. We're talking about how'd you end up here and what do you you're taking care of the senior citizens and Rick grandma's here.
Guns and ammo.
Rick gave. I think they went during the part of the discussion was we'll give them some, not all, type thing.
Right, like just gave him some of it. So
Rick got accused of giving them half of the guns and ammo, but he said it's less than half.
Yeah,
so
I think so.
I mean, 45% is less than half, but whatever.
Yeah, and then we go back to the camp where they're getting ready for the fish cookout stuff, and they, just do. That's why I think that's when they let Jim come. You're calm down now. Do all this, and Carol tries to get Ed to come. He's like, no. He's being Ed, and they. That's when Dale does that weird thing. They ask him about his wristwatch that he sets all the time, and he says all that Dale stuff about the time and all that kind of stuff. And everybody tells him. I think Amy's like, "You're weird." She just tells him. Everybody kind of just stares at him, and then she says it.
I was never a Dale fan ever.
I think Dale is underrated, but he was annoying, but he did have. I mean, like
he had a good heart.
I'm torn.
Yeah.
But it's definitely one of the pretty gruesome death for Spoiler alert again. But anyway, I like how we always
doesn't make it.
So then this is like Amy gets up, goes to the RV, and then all hell breaks loose. And
because Andrea's trying to, I think she's like going through the cupboards and stuff, trying to because her
that was a while.
Birthday.
That was before that was she was because it was
right. Yeah, she was trying to find, I think, something for her birthday.
Well, she got that necklace. Remember when Rick told her to take it?
Right.
oh, a cop's watching me. And he's like, I think it's okay or whatever. And yeah, so she had the little mermaid because the next day would be Amy's birthday. So she was looking for something in the RV to wrap it with. But then as they're out around the fire thing, Amy tries to discreetly get up and Andrea asks her what she's doing. She's like trying to go to the bathroom without everyone knowing what I'm doing. And she goes in the RV and then she comes out. And that's when the camp gets
Bye-bye,
attacked.
Amy.
Yeah, well, first Ed. Yeah, we see Ed because he thinks it's somebody else, and then they get Ed, then Amy, and Greg Nicotero is the walker that kills Amy.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and yeah, so then everything that's all, and then somehow, then all that, Rick and everyone gets there in the nick of time. All the way from Atlanta. I don't know how far that was.
On foot.
Yeah, and right. Yeah, because they did just show up. They didn't have a vehicle. So yeah. And yeah, we watch Andrew.
Well, yeah. Well, they find out that the van's gone.
So that was that was way before because it's nighttime already now. But yeah.
It's night. And they're like running, I think, right?
Well,
they're like,
that's the thing, like how they got there awfully quickly, but I don't know, maybe I don't know.
I know
when the van's gone, it's daytime. We don't know what time they left to go to Atlanta, how much time they spent in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I know they were worried about protecting the group and stuff, right?
Yeah.
But like it pissed me off how much ammo they were going through.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
I think it's just at the beginning. We're still like we've talked, the very early, they didn't understand anything.
So, remember, Daryl was the first one to say you have to get the brain or whatever he said. Like, I think it was episode 3. He said you have to go for the brain. He's like, "What are you guys new or something like that?"
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
He's all mad at him.
Well, they were all beating the shit out of him.
They're like curb stomping him and shit.
Pitchforks, bats,
baseball bats.
In his chest and his out. Yeah, they're like that. And that's what he's like, guys, I've told you.
Dale's the one that chops his head off. Yeah,
What?
Dale's the one that chops his head off.
Yeah.
He finally takes the axe and chops his head off.
And that's when Daryl comes up because the walker was still.
Yeah.
And he shot the arrow through its head.
Right.
Yeah. But it's
true.
So that's the only. I think it's just one of those things where it's the beginning and they don't think about the fact that this is all the ammo you're getting. There's no one manufacturing this.
Like that whole scene reminded me of like the angry mob in a monster movie. They got pitchforks and bats.
It was almost
beat the monster.
It was almost comical because like the walker was like grunting when being beat.
He's standing up and they're hitting it with pitchforks.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then after all the thing, we see Andrea. She's there with Amy, who's dying, and that's when Jim says he remembers why he dug the holes, and then they kind of pan out, and you see all these bodies laying in the camp. So that's why he was digging the holes.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. So sad.
It's weird too because like I thought, and I may have missed something, but I thought there was always somebody that was on watch.
Well, they're all hanging out though, because usually Dale or someone's on top of the RV.
Yeah. I get they're all hanging out, but someone was on some. I feel like someone should have been on top of the RV, keeping watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The whole thing could have been prevented for sure.
Amy literally stands there in the doorway of the RV, just staring at the thing. It's like, pick it. I don't know. Turn around.
But I think also, right, like to Renee's point, this is very early on, right? So a lot of what's going on is very much a shock for people. And so, like, in situations like that where things take you by surprise and they're very traumatic, it's like that fight or flight response.
Fight or flight.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think that, like, she froze. I think that was just truly what it was. She was terrified and she froze.
Knee-jerk reaction. I'm Sparta kicking that fucking thing in the head. Number 1 for scaring the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Christopher, I'm positive with you. Wouldn't you have to be a walker for you to Spartan kick him?
Well, this is true. Gabby thought she was going to be cute the other day and jump out of the fucking corner when I came out of the bathroom. It scared me. Like, I didn't body check her through the wall.
All of a sudden you hear Jim Ross in the background. By God, you monster, she's got a family. She just had a baby, you
she's
animal.
got a wife and kids, damn it.
You animal.
Oh, God. So, yeah, all hell breaks loose. People are dying. The guys ran all the way from fucking Atlanta, made it just in time for the firefight.
Just in the nick of time.
Conveniently.
Just in the nick of time. The four guys show up.
Not
Thankfully,
fast enough
they
to
didn't get
save
rid of all
Amy
the
and
guns.
Ed, but fast enough to save everybody else.
Well, yeah. I wouldn't have saved Ed even if
no.
even if I could.
Absolutely
I would have
not.
saved him.
I probably would have saved one walker and intentionally herded it towards his tent.
Yeah, where's that tent? I gotta make sure the guy's gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
So our next episode of The Walking Dead will be Wildfire, which is the 5th episode, which means it's the penultimate episode of season 1 because there's only 6 episodes.
Oh, yeah.
But for us, Beauty and the Beast, we have a different episode for our next episode.
Yes, we do.
We do. We'll have episode 200.
Yes.
And we've got a surprise guest.
That
We're going to go
that
live.
sounds so weird to say. Episode 200.
Yeah. Yes, it does. So we have a special guest that we'll see. We'll probably tease it. I don't know. We'll see what we decide if we announce it or not. But we'll at least tease it if nothing else. We'll probably have a giveaway. We'll be live again. We are going live.
Yes.
On
the 20th.
February 20th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern.
7:30 p.m. Eastern.
Yes.
It's been confirmed.
And we'll post this all over socials and everything, and we are also gonna go live on the camp's Facebook page. So don't forget about the camp in May. It's gonna be incredible. If you have not looked at their lineup, I'm sure they're not done announcing yet. Go to thecampevents.com, and they also have a new event coming this fall called Scream City that will be held in St. Augustine, Florida, which is awesome.
That is so cool. I'm jealous.
Crazy.
That's going to be incredible. St. Augustine. I've only been there once, but it was amazing. So
Florida.
It'll be.
I have wanted to go to St. Augustine, Florida, ever since the original Ghost Hunters went to the St. Augustine Lighthouse.
Yeah.
And they had some of the craziest video evidence I've ever seen of paranormal instances. Ever since that, I wanted to go to St. Augustine.
Yeah, it's interesting to read all the things and just all the different. Yeah, it's very old, and they have they'll have a plaque that says this is the oldest brick or the oldest whatever it is, and you're just like, that is crazy. It's just unreal.
Yeah.
But yes, the paranormal stuff and all the ghosts and the everything. It's
very fitting. Very fitting to have something called Scream City.
Yes, exactly. So it'll be a different event, similar but different. Not Walking Dead related, but horror related, and and you can find that information on the camp event page too. They've got the separate tabs you can click on and things. But yeah, you guys got to check out those shows if you've never been, or if you have been. I'm sure you've already got tickets or plans to go. So
absolutely, and I'm sure Renee will link the camp in the description of this video, so you'll see that there.
Yeah,
and
yep, I'll show notes. We'll have all the links for the camp there too. So because we appreciate all their support so much.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna be back February 20th.
Yes.
At 7:30.
Correct. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes.
Live.
So
live.
We'll actually be not live-ish.
Yes.
Be
No,
live.
Capital L-I-V. Which I know we've got several people who keep asking when that's going to happen. Yeah. So we will. Yeah.
We appreciate you guys, hanging out with us for the pre-recorded stuff. We've always been, for a long time, always been live, and that was our thing. And it worked, but unfortunately with life and how things work, this has just been easier for us to manage. With trying to be more consistent with content and try to do more stuff for you guys. So we appreciate you guys still being here and watching us, and we know it's not the same, but we will be back live soon. So
That's it.
You know?
That's it.
Boom.
Making a comeback.
Yes.
Mic drop. I would drop my mic, but it's standing up, so. Yeah.
Kind of hard, but
You know.
yeah.
All right, so we'll start pumping that information out to everybody.
Absolutely.
And we'll see you guys. We'll be back in a week.
Yeah.
A little bit over.
A week
little
in
over a
time.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit over a week.
For episode 200.
Yeah.
Ba-ba-ba-bum.
Watch the socials. Watch
Yeah.
the socials. Follow
Absolutely.
us. Make sure you're there. Make sure you subscribe. Smash the subscribe for YouTube, and you know you'll know when we're live.
Yep.
All right, let's give them the old school.
All right.
Peace.
Deuces.
Renee, Chris, and Ryan going live. Best podcast, Beauty and the Beast. Sit back and catch a vibe. Oh yeah, we talking zombies and apocalypses and all those things you like. Going beast mode, and if you didn't know, it's P to Z up on the mic. Whoa, hey, TWD family, grab the snacks about the pantry. Subscribe and like if you can, please, or those walkers eat you like some candy. Hey, okay. You at the right place at the right time. No one does it better, that's the bottom line. Beauty and the Beast, this is prime time. Let's go.